U.s.s.r. U.s.s.r. U.s.s.r.
Shout outs to Tapology. Tapology is the only thing I use when I'm grabbing information. I look up some videos and whatnot, but when you're reading is important. When you read, I read off of Tapology, okay? So, it's like first fight of the night. And what I like about Tapology is they always use the order in which UFC is putting the fights on. Just go to the bottom of the page, start from the bottom to the top, okay? Alright, so in the first one we got Faris Zayam versus Don Madge. Now, for this one, I feel like Zayab's a good fighter. Whenever I see like number 5 lightweight in Europe or Western Europe or in Midwest or just like a small region of a country, and I see that they're facing somebody who's pound for pound like number 74 in the whole wide world, like Madge is, you already got to know that there's a different level of competition right there. And one has fought more prevalent people than the other, or harder fights, and so sometimes that could be just let a red flag go up. Sometimes that's a catch-22. Sometimes the guy from the small region is a monster, and he's gonna wipe the floor with the guy early. But for the most part, more often than not, I say 75% of the time, the guy who's ranked worldwide is gonna win. Now this one, I could see Madge pulling off the victory. I'm not sure if he's going to finish, but I know he's pulling off the victory. So the first one, I'm going with Madge. For the second one, we got Zach Khabib, UFC veteran, that he's going against Omari Akabedov. This one, seems like a tough one, but I think it's a Russian card. The Russians are coming out with pride, just like the Chinese did on the last card. And the Russians and Akamari may finish Zach Cummings in a bunch of different ways, but I think for sure he's gonna finish him. For the next one, we got Muslim Salikov versus Nordin Taleb. Salikov, he's ranked 87th in the world, and Taleb is ranked 52. The thing about that is Taleb's not that good. I think he's falling down, and I'm not sure how long he'll be in the UFC. Now, he may fight really well, but I think that this Russian is too much for him. It's my personal opinion. I think that the Russian is going to really put the business on him. Yeah. So I'm not gonna even go into specifics and detail with those guys. It's just like I don't trust Taleb, and I don't think he's got nothing for this Russian. And if you like my pick on Weili Zhang for the win, so far my picks I'm 100%, but I don't see Nordine winning this fight. Maybe Sokolov wins by decision, but he's gonna win. For the next fight, we have a guy from Japan, Takashi Sato. He's going against Belal Muhammad. Sato's going to lose. Remember the name Muhammad is fighting for his career. He's fighting for a lot, and he's a better fighter. I think he's gonna KO that guy. So there's my pick on that one. Ottoman Azitar versus Timu Hackling. Timu's gonna get crushed. Here's one where I was just telling you from at the bottom of the card. The first fight, how one guy is ranked light heavyweight number 7 in the Middle East, and the other guy is ranked worldwide light heavyweight, but he's 156. So here's the one where the light heavyweight who's ranked in a small region is actually the dominator. So I take Azitar in that one. I ain't gonna hold you. We got Liana Georgia from Russia versus Sarah Morais from Canada, and Morais is ranked. This girl from Russia, she seems like more of a supermodel than a UFC fighter. Morais is a warrior. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And she grabbed a win over, I believe it wasn't Pennington. I think Pennington beat her, but she grabbed a win over a good competitor. Let's just go into hers, check it out, who it is, who that person was. And it was a really good UFC fighter that she defeated. And oh no! It shocked me. So that was. Sorry about that, folks. Give it a little time to load up. And this is some bullshit. I'm gonna refresh it. Oh no! Okay, she lost to Macy Chessian, who's a monster. She lost to Bernardo, another really good fighter. Lucy's a monster too. Ashley Evans is the one that she beat, and I was shocked because Ashley's gotten better. Ashley's a good fighter, but other than that, she lost to Andrade and Julia Pena and Raquel Pennington. She fought all the best. You know what I mean? She fought really good fighters. So for me, I feel like that's most of the time I would say, that's like somebody who's well versed, and she's gonna destroy the up and comer. But it's in Russia. The girl's from Russia. She's 72. She has a face. She could be a star. So I'm gonna say that. Liana gets it done, and Morais, this may be her last fight in the UFC, or fighting period, but definitely in the UFC. Moving right along, we have Leon Murphy. He's undefeated. He's going against Zubaria Tukagov. This way, I'm gonna have to pick two ways for you to. Fuck, this is my livelihood. Fucking with Murphy with the KO, and then do another one with Tukagov with the decision. Go, what's wrong? Or if you want to go straight, you could just pick, one or the other straight. But take them both. I'm not sure what'll happen here. Because the kid, he could knock out the Russian, but it's in Russia, so if it goes to decision, they're gonna give it to the Russian. So my pick on that is go both ways, straight. Okay, and then we have Calderon versus Andre Lee. They don't want Andre Lee to lose. I think Andre Lee is not going to lose against Calderon. I think Calderon looked good in her last one, but doesn't even matter. Andre Lee on that one. Calderon's a hell of a fighter, but Andre Lee is moving up the ranks at flyweight. Diego Ferreira versus Merabik Taswimov. Taswimov, he's really good, and Ferreira's really good, but Taswimov is going to take this one. Taswimov is going to take it by decision. I think Ferreira's on a win streak. Taswimov maybe 2. They might be both on 5-fight win streaks, but doesn't even matter. Most of the Russians are pulling out on this card. They're gonna get the victories. So on this one, Curtis Blades versus Shamil Abdurakhimov. He's a monster. This guy's a monster. Number 12 heavyweight in the world, and of course Curtis Blades is a monster. Curtis Blades could get knocked out, but I feel that Curtis Blades will win, and he'll win by decision, or he'll win by TKO eventually, and he will get the next title shot after Ngannou. I think this is Curtis Blades' time to win one and go to the belt. Yeah, whoever wins this probably gets Stipe after Ngannou, but I think that Curtis Blades is definitely going to get a title shot if he wins. If the other guy wins, he might have to fight one more guy before he gets the title shot. But definitely Curtis Blades is gonna pull this one out. Davi Ramos versus Islam Makhachev. I can't pronounce their names, but that doesn't matter. I know who Islam is. Islam's gonna win the fight. He's gonna win it on points, and that's gonna go 5 rounds. We got Paul Felder versus Edson Barboza. Felder, if Felder wrestles him, he should win, because Edson Barboza Jiu-Jitsu is make-believe. It's a fucking fake belt. It's like somebody bought a belt and just said, Edson, you're a black belt now. Because I've never seen him use anything. And when you get him on his back, it's like he's in a lost in a whole nother world. So if Felder wrestles him, he'll get the win. But if history tells us anything, if one guy beats a guy, then more often than not, he'll beat him again. Edson Barboza already beat Felder by decision, I believe. So if Edson fights him again, I think that Edson should knock him out, and that should be a shorter fight. It would make sense with time constriction, because time for UFC fights, they have a certain window, just like NFL or whoever, to put on their performance and get out of there, because the next thing needs to come on TV. You know what I mean? Or the next thing, even if it's pay-per-view, the next programming needs to start for whatever they're doing down the line, whether it's something else is they're showing highlights of football, highlights of college football right now, or whatever. So when you run over your time, you get fined, and UFC does not like to get fined. So I think that's going to be one of the short fights of the night. I think Edson catches him with something powerful, and Paul Felder, he may start focusing more on his commentating career. Now, if he wrestles him, he'll beat Edson Barbosa. If Edson lets him take him down, he's not going to win because Edson can't get off his back. And Paul Felder is really durable. He can take a punch. I feel like Edson will win the fight, though. You know what I mean? So maybe Felder wins, maybe he doesn't. I think Edson will win. But if Felder wins, not a surprise to me. You know, if I go, 12 fights? If I go like 10-2, 9-3, I'm okay with that because there's 3 fights where I feel like, it could definitely go either way with this. Okay. Now, we try to be perfect, but no one's perfect. In the main card, the main event, I like Dustin Poirier. I do, but it's Khabib time. That's just how it is. It's time for Khabib. It's, no matter if the UFC wants Dustin Conner because they're going to stand up and strike, or Dustin El Kakui because they're going to stand up and strike, and then El Kakui Conner or whoever. I know what they want, but Khabib just doesn't give a damn. He don't care. And I don't think nobody's taking that strap from Khabib. I think that's a 5-round Khabib show. So, and you already have my prediction on that because I do just main event predictions, and then now I'm doing the full card. So this is the full card for you guys.